What's going on, guys? It's Sarge, and in today's video we're going to dive into Facebook lead ad forms. So we're going to get into how to set them up, what they're used for, the benefits, and maybe even some tips and tricks. So in the past I showed you guys ads of sending people to landing pages, right? And on this landing page we're going to collect their information, their name, phone number, email address, etc. Now, the downfall of those ads is that the person actually has to click on something and they get sent away from Facebook in a new tab or something like that. And what the Facebook lead ad form allows you to do is collect that information within Facebook. So right away we're creating less friction between our ultimate goal of actually acquiring the information. Another benefit of a Facebook lead ad form is the information will be pre-populated within the form if that person has that information in their profile already. So it kind of helps fight against fake email addresses, fake phone numbers, things of that nature, because a lot of times someone's going to see something they're interested in and that information's already going to be populated in the form, and all they have to do is click one button, which is the submit button, and we get their information. So here we go. I'm going to start off by showing you guys a step-by-step of how to set this thing up. Here we go. Okay, so here you go. In order to get to this page, you got to go through your ads manager and create a new ad. This ad cannot be created through your Facebook profile or business page. It's not going to be a boosted post. It's also not going to appear anywhere on your page. It's strictly within the ads manager, and it's going to show up in people's feeds. Again, not show up in your profile. So what you want to do, create new within the ads manager and come here to lead generation. This is where you got to go in order to create these lead ad forms, okay? So you click it. You're going to want to name the campaign. So let's just do lead generation example. Hit continue, and this is going to take you to the very basic campaign creation page where you create your new ad. This looks pretty similar to any other ad you create at this point. So here you're going to select the Facebook page you want to promote. Most likely you may only have one page. If you have multiple, make sure you're selecting the correct page that you want to promote. So here we're just going to use this example. That's my social media marketing agency, and click that page and scroll down. We're not really going to get into the targeting here today. That's something for a completely separate video. Obviously it's very client specific and very campaign specific, but just for the sake of the video we're just going to skip the targeting completely and continue to scroll down. I mentioned this in the past, but the placements for the ads, I like to keep the placements strictly within the feeds. Nothing on Instagram right now. I found that within the feeds that's where I've experienced the most success. Okay, so keep scrolling down. You're going to enter a budget. I like to start with $10 a day, but obviously that's going to be very specific based on your finances, based on the ad budget that you want to spend. But $10 a day allows you to really get some detailed information and find out quickly whether the ad's working or not. Okay, so we're going to continue here. And here is where it gets into the specific lead ad generation form, okay? So again, you could select a picture, anything you want. Just for the sake of the video, go single. We'll just browse one of Facebook's images real quick. Just take this image of a home for an example here. Okay, perfect. So now, okay, so once you got the image in place, you're going to scroll down, and this is where you can actually create the text for the ad. So for example here, let's just write test. As you can see, this first part is going to appear at the top. Then you're going to do a headline, new home, just an example, and then again, test, okay? So this is where you're going to want to put the text in. Again, this is something for a completely separate video on how to create eye-catching ads. But as you can see here, we just put the text in just so you could see the placement of where the text is going to show within the ad. I usually like to do learn more. Again, we found the most success using that call to action button, but as you see here, there's a list of all different ones that you could choose from. Okay. So now, here is the actual form. So once someone clicks on that learn more button up here, they're going to be sent to a form that we're going to create. This form is where they're going to be asked, it's going to show them a little more information, but the goal of the form is where they're going to collect the information about the people. So we're going to ask for a bunch of different information if needed. We can ask for a few things, and I'm going to show you that here right now. So what we're going to do is click New Form. and here's the form. So here we got a form type. So more volume, use a form that's quick to fill out and submit on a mobile device, higher intent, add a review step that gives people a chance to confirm their information. I always like to use more volume when creating this type of ad. Though the higher intent one is going to ask them to confirm, maybe you'll get a little higher quality leads. The more volume one is going to get you more leads, but those can be just as high quality. The reason I always choose more volume is because I've said this many times, I like to create as little friction as possible. So if you're asking someone to confirm their information, maybe they get a phone call, they don't click submit, maybe that extra step turns them off and they never enter their information, and a very good lead could disappear from you just because you're asking them too many questions along the process and you're not feeding them down that funnel. So that's why I always like to use more volume. Okay, so scroll down. Again, you could change the image here once they're in the lead ad form. I usually like to keep it the same image from the ad just to keep some continuity, but you have the option to really do whatever you want here. Okay, you can, again, test. You can have information here, so I don't know, call today to see this gorgeous home. Something along those lines. Again, the text is completely just a example right now. The way to format one of these is something for another video. So next, you go down the questions. Okay, so the headline text is going to be something that shows up at the top. So let's say you have an open house or something for this. Okay, and here is where we're going to be clicking on what information we ask them to submit. I usually only use three things: email, full name, and phone number. As you can see, it populated here. So they're going to be asked to enter that information right here. As you can see, there's a ton of different other things you can answer. The date of birth may be important if you're a restaurant running a birthday promotion or something. But look, everything here: job title, gender. There's so many different things you can ask, but I like to keep it as simple as possible. In the most cases, once you have their name, email, and phone number, they're a very hot lead at that point, and you can call them, you can email them, and you can really start to get in touch with them in a deeper level outside of social media. You can even have something here for multiple choice questions. You can add custom questions, conditional based questions. For example, a short answer question just for a house thing: when are you looking to move? Just something along those lines. Just very basic questions. Again, this is not something I usually use. I like to keep it as simple as possible, but if it's an option there if needed. Okay, so here you go. You have the first part of your lead form completed, right? So this is what it's going to look like once someone clicks learn more. They're going to see an image, they're going to get some information or any other thing you'd like to tell them, and then they're going to be asked to submit the information you're trying to acquire here, right? And they click submit and you have it. The privacy policy, what you want to do is just create a link to a website with the privacy policy for the business. Again, this is usually on most websites, and you just click a link there. Now, usually if you put anything there, they'll still submit it, but really try to get the correct policy and stay within the regulation of what Facebook is looking for. Now, finally here, the thank you screen. Okay, what this is going to be here is this is going to be the very next step after they click submit. So you have their information and they're taken to this screen where you can say something: thank you, you're all set, your information has been sent to whatever, or thank you, you're all set, please click below to visit our website, which you could put here. You can even put thank you, you're all set, please click below to schedule an appointment, and you can put a link to your digital calendar down here where they can actually schedule an appointment for an in-person or for a call with you. But on this thank you step, do not put the information that they're looking to get. You want to make sure that this is just strictly a thank you. You don't want to put, say you're saying click here for the price of the home. Don't put the price of the home here, because then people might just enter fake information and just to see the price. What you want to do is get the real information and then contact them through a different platform. So you either want to email them. The best method I found is you want to call them right away. So if it's a realtor that you're running this ad for, we get their information, they get an email, but then they also get a phone call follow-up basically instantly while it's still fresh in their mind. So again, do not put the information in this thank you screen. Let this simply be thank you, and then maybe even try and send them to a website or to a phone number or to something else here, okay? Okay, so what you're going to do is click finish, and the ad is going to be live. It's going to be out there for people to look at and for people to fill out their information and collect their information. Now, once you get this information, it's actually kind of annoying and difficult to see the leads that come in. Something Facebook, I believe, has to work on. First of all, you're not notified when someone actually fills out a lead. So this is something you're going to have to be constantly checking, or something that you're going to have to set up to automatically distribute into a CRM. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you exactly how we see the leads. Is what you want to do is go to the business page and click on publishing tools. Within those publishing tools, there'll be something called lead ad forms. You click that link and it'll take you to a place where you can download a CSV file, and it'll open up an Excel with the lead ad form. It's kind of a long process if you then have to take that CSV file and then upload it into your CRM to then send an email. So there's plenty of options out there to do that automatically. So as soon as someone enters something, it gets automatically uploaded to your CRM, and with a click of a button you can send them an email. But set it up however way you can to make it as fast as possible. So if you don't have an automatic CRM, make sure you're constantly checking it, because you want this email or the follow-up phone call to happen as quickly as possible, while you're still fresh in their mind and while they had just clicked submit and are looking for some additional information. You want to actually provide that information to them as quickly as possible. There you go, a very simple basic tutorial on Facebook lead ad forms. So get in there, start messing around with it, let me know what you think, start generating those leads. Remember, sales come from meetings and appointments, and meetings and appointments come from leads. So simple math, more leads equals more sales. All right, guys, thank you very much, and stay tuned for the next video.